I'm joined now by Luke Sullivan, former political director to Sir Keir Starmer. Good evening. Thanks very much for being with us. And, well, he's clearly trying to draw a line under the Mandelson issue, the Epstein issue, before Trump arrives. Do you think it will work?
We've seen the Prime Minister give quite a detailed account in a poll clip. I think there's obviously more information that he's released to the media. I mean, I think they will obviously be very hopeful that this has been a very difficult week coming on the back of a previous difficult week. And he will be hoping that this does draw a line under the matter.
Yeah, and even as he was speaking, his problems were piling up. We've got this senior advisor now, Paul Ovenden, who is having to quit over explicit messages about Diane Abbott. I mean, this is something Keir Starmer could have done without.
Yeah, I think often when you're a political leader, it doesn't rain, but it pours. I think what obviously has happened today is Paul Ovenden has released a statement explaining he's truly deeply sorry about this incident that predated his relationship with the Prime Minister. And I think, you know, as he makes clear in his statement, the first job of being an advisor to any politician, but not least the Prime Minister, is never become the story and never become a distraction. And I think he obviously decided prior to this information, this story being put to him, that he was going to leave government later in the autumn. But that's obviously been brought forward by this story being put to him.
Yeah, I mean, the problem for Keir Starmer is clearly much broader than Mandelson and Angela Rayner. Questions about his judgment, about his indecision, about his lack of real vision. More and more MPs talking about it, more and more chatter. How do you think he can deal with all this? Because I suppose the danger is once the narrative is set, it's very difficult to shift.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, as I said in my previous answer, often these issues come along and there does seem to be a broader narrative form. I think what the Prime Minister, what Keir will be thinking, and I think he's got fair reason to think this, is he's had previous political problems. He's had issues where you know, he talked openly about what happened after Hartlepool when he was leader of the opposition and had a very bad by-election result, and it looks like people were calling, you know, saying that he was finished and he was unable to turn it around. The Keir has shown time and time again that when he, you know, his back's up against the wall, he will find a way. Do not underestimate him, and I think it will take a lot of heart from that. I think, you know, as he said over the summer, as he said in September at the start of the new political term, this first year hasn't necessarily gone to plan. But you know, he's very much a person who will be not feeling sorry for himself. He'll be trying to get on with the job and deliver, and he will ultimately be thinking that as long as he can deliver, that he can get on the job, eventually he will turn the tide and turn the polls around.
Yeah, and I suppose it's not just MPs in the parliamentary party. It's if the public gets the impression of a weak Prime Minister, the damage is done, isn't it? And it's really hard to recover. One wonders whether the budget maybe would be pivotal for him now, decisive for him now. Do you think?
There's no denying that those in and around the Prime Minister in number 10, Rachel and the Treasury, know how high the stakes are, that this is, you know, very likely the most consequential budget of this Parliament, that both the economic and the political decisions that they're going to make are, you know, the stakes are incredibly high. And I think partly, you know, some thought there were some questions as to why the budget was later in this, you know, this November. I think it obviously is looking incredibly important political and economic moment. And frankly, you know, for your viewers listening at home, they will, you know, be wondering what are the economic decisions that affect them in terms of taxes.
Just finally, Luke, do you see him, you know him well, do you see him leading Labour into the next election?
Yeah, I hope so. I think one of the big selling points of this Keir and his leadership, I think partly why he got a mandate was the public were very, very tired of chopping and changing under the Tories. And I do think Keir has the ability to turn this round. And I think, as long as he thinks he has, he will continue to keep doing the job and putting his foot forward. He's always willing to take a longer term view, even if in the short term it's painful for him.
OK, Luke Sullivan, appreciate you coming on. Thanks very much.
Thank you.